Hey, hey. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome in, everybody, for another marketing tool session, strategy live, business marketing tools and strategies on how to really market our business. I'm here again to just chop it up with you guys, okay? Because we're going to talk about just different ways to market our business and do it in an effective way, how to track, how to analyze, and how to just really build upon what it is that our audience need, what they're responding to, how to keep the engagement. So if you haven't seen any of my lives before, I go over different marketing strategies that will show you how to really increase your visibility, get clarity on your message, and how to really maximize on your marketing so you have a strategy and a plan, and we're working with intentionality. So really excited about today. I talk about many different topics. However, today I'm going to be talking about a CRM tool for our marketing. Okay, so CRM tools for our marketing is what we're going to be talking about today. So if you are looking to start your business, if you are already in business, having a CRM, which is customer relationship management, it's a tool to keep the conversation, being in touch, being in contact with your clientele, or even just leads that you have connected with. So we're talking about CRMs today for business owners, entrepreneurs. It's a way to really organize. So if you're having trouble trying to stay organized, if you're having trouble like really keeping all your contacts together, you may have people on your phone, you might have people on your email, you might have people in your DMs, you got contacts, emails scattered everywhere, and maybe even a Google Sheet. You might be starting there with a CRM, but a CRM is a way to really keep in constant communication with your clients and people who are actually intrigued or want to know more about what it is that you do. Okay, so if you find yourself trying to juggle everything on top of keeping up with your communication with your clients, having a CRM can help you out. Okay, so really look into different CRMs, and we're going to talk about that today. All right, so having a CRM, it is a system or software that business managers, business owners, entrepreneurs, it'll keep your clientele, your community, volunteers, whoever, your team, your staff, it'll keep constant communication. Okay, so a lot of times with business, we can get really busy. You can really just be focusing on the next thing, the next move, what's coming up next. But a CRM is a way that you can leverage automation, you can leverage organization, and you can really structure out all of your clients, all of your staff, your team, whoever it is that you're in constant communication with. Having that CRM is a way to really be on the front of people's minds, because you'll be able to communicate with them, whether it's through text, whether it's through email, however you want to go about it. So really leveraging this is a way to maximize on your business and stay fresh on people's mind. You can stay fresh on people's mind. All right. So it's a way to store your data. You're able to keep up, where you left off with a certain person, notes. You're able to keep track of that, and it'll automate your follow-ups as well. So if you have a hard time trying to, book appointments, follow up, send, confirmation emails, whatever it is, CRMs help supporting that. So having a CRM can really take that load off of you if you are really making sure that you want to stay in communication with your clients and your team. Okay. Also, in your sales, you can keep track of numbers, seeing who clicked on what, who is actually buying, who's actually, looking to see a little bit more. You can see that within a CRM platform and different tools. Okay. So when you look into marketing, having a CRM and leveraging that is so important, because it takes a lot of load off of you as the business owner, manually doing all of this and reminding yourself to do it all. Okay. So you may have DMs all over the place. You got different emails. You're trying to think to yourself, well, did I respond to that? Man, it's like the end of the day, and you probably didn't respond to emails. You might have to get to it the next day, but just think of a system that can automate, have automations on following up and confirming that appointment, confirming that interview, and different things like that. So CRM is a great way to enhance your customer service process, just overall. When you think about it, when you have new leads, you want to impress them because it's still marketing. You're going to have people come in, they're going to be intrigued, they're going to be looking, they want to learn more. And what a CRM does is that it'll store all their information in one place. So you won't be having to really, go to your emails, find their name, find their, their number, or go to your DMs or Facebook, Instagram. You probably have so many different platforms. You won't have to do all of that because when you get new leads, you can store it all on one platform and one tool. So you don't have to go everywhere to really get all of your contact information and see where you left off. Okay, so a lot of times people may message you, they may comment, they may, even text you and give you a call. But having a tool, it's kind of like having an all-in-one. You got a place where you can store all your contacts, your emails, your phone number, and then you're constantly, if you have a new product, if you have a new service, if you have an event coming up, imagine having an email blast that's automated to just send it out and keep reminding the people that were already intrigued. They're already looking about doing business with you. What's your next move? What's your next product? How can I learn more? Are you having a new webinar or a seminar that I can come? The emails in the CRM will help keep you and your business very fresh on their mind. So that's what you want to do. You don't want to be out of sight and out of mind, okay? Because when you don't have that constant communication, some people may be like, yeah, I remember you, but I kind of forgot about it. And I saw somebody else, and now I'm going to go with them because they were fresh on my mind. So having a CRM is a way to avoid that. You don't want to be lost in the dust, okay? So when I think about the CRM that I'm currently using, I'm able to, of course, get new leads, people who are looking for what it is that I do. I'm able to store all the information. If they sign up or get registered for an event, all of that information is stored in one place. So I wouldn't even have to take the time to create a Google Sheet. But of course, it's just depending on where you are in your business. If you have the budget to invest in a CRM that is, have a monthly subscription, then you can do that. But there's also ways that you can organize all of this together. But a CRM is what we're talking about today. And really having all of everything, your conversations all in one place. Your calendar is all in one place, right? You're not even on your phone. You can integrate your Google Calendar to a CRM. So everything that's connected to my phone, my calendar, I can book a calendar on my phone and it's already integrated and it's in my CRM. Okay, so having these things in place really will avoid double booking. It'll avoid missing out on appointments. You won't miss it because you'll see it on your phone. You'll get an email. There's different ways you can set up a CRM. Okay, so that's super important. You have your conversations, a lot of DMs, you're able to integrate your social media to a CRM, meaning, and this all depends on what type of CRM you get. Now, there's, starter CRMs where, you get a lot of the email automation, which is great. And we'll talk about that. But I'm just talking about overall CRMs where you can really maximize on it and integrating your social media. If you get a comment, if you get a DM, you'll still see it in your CRM. All right. And so you can really just check one place and see if someone DM'd you, if someone emailed you, if someone sent you, even a text message, if you integrate your phone number that way as well. All right. So just different ways to really store everything. You have your contacts all in a CRM. A lot of times people have a Google Sheet, and that's a great way to start. You can have names, first name, last name, phone number, email, all in a Google Sheet. So this is a free way to do this. Like if you don't have the budget right now for marketing, just organize all of your contacts in one place, starting with Google Sheets, Google or Excel worksheet. Got to have it all in one place and making sure that it's in a digital format in which it can be converted. Okay, because if you have, if your contact list is just everywhere, how would you be able to move all of your bucket of clientele that you've worked with, that you've built history with, that you've done business with. You even met them at an event. You're trying to build up relationships, but if you don't have it all in one place, people can get slipped through the cracks, and you can lose a lot of potential business partners, clients, supporters, staff, and teammates. All right. So if you want to start with the Google Sheet, start with Excel, get a spreadsheet. And that way it's in a digital format so that when you're ready to purchase or invest in a CRM, you'll be able to convert it and just import all of your contacts, all of your emails, all of your phone numbers into one system that will host everything. Okay, so that's super important. And that format is, you will download it in a CSV format. Okay, but that's a little long, further down the line. All right, so when it comes to having a CRM, you just don't want to have misleads. You don't want to be repeating yourself over and over again. So imagine when you do not have a CRM that you're able to leverage right now. Okay, just think about the time that you may have to take to actually manually email, to actually confirm, or even setting appointments. How are you, communicating with your clientele on a day, weekly, monthly basis, right? That's all important, because if you're not communicating, people will forget. So if you have to do this manually, imagine all the time that you're spending doing what a CRM can help you do. And there's a lot of free ways, and I believe there's a few tools of marketing that have a good price for their monthly subscription. Okay. And with a CRM also, the effects of not having it is, if you don't have a system, you're unable to scale. So, with marketing, it's not just with social media for your business. Okay. There's different ways to market your business. And if you're only going off of one pillar or one branch of marketing, you won't really be able to scale to the maximum potential. And what I mean by that is, if you have a CRM, you're able to scale through your social media. You're able to scale through, and what I mean by scale, that means looking over your insights. What are people engaging in? What are people really looking at? What are people opening? You're able to scale your emails as well. So you'll be able to have the opportunity to see who's opening emails, who's able to respond, and really leveraging on that and maximizing on who is really actually interested in your business and your service. So imagine being able to see that through your CRM, because you're using these tools for your marketing. All right. And that goes way beyond social media, because you connect with social media, but then you bring them in-house, right? You bring them internally, you bring them closer to you. So then you still have to market to them in an email or, campaigns, landing pages. All of that is marketing, because you're taking them through a journey, and you want to make sure that you're able to get what you need when it comes to getting any product or services to them, and making it a smooth process. Okay. So the CRM helps you stay on top of that. It helps you stay afloat. It helps you stay visible. It helps you stay consistent while you're doing the day-to-day, while you're doing the consistent operations of your business. So you guys let me know, what type of CRMs are you guys using? I know MailChimp is a really good one that is a little cost sufficient. Also, just different CRMs, just look into it. I know there's different, of course, platforms that you can leverage that may cost a little bit more. But if you're just getting started, you should be able to leverage a CRM, because you want to stay in communication with your clients, your staff, and your teammate. Okay. And we don't want to have any poor customer experiences. So having that CRM will be the follow-up, the automated. You want to, they get registered for an event. They know exactly where to go, and they're getting that email right off the bat. They have an appointment. They get a confirmation. You're getting all of this stuff followed up with them in a CRM. So you don't have to do that manually. All right. And it builds up the reputation. It builds up the credibility. You're in constant communication. Nothing is worse than someone being intrigued or interested in your business or service and they don't really hear from you that quickly. You know what I mean? So a CRM is a way to automate constant communication and then even following up after they may have closed the deal. They may have joined the team, joined your staff. You're able to still communicate with them, share valuable content in your emails. Okay. So, and if you don't follow up with someone, another person in your industry will, and they will get the sale. So a CRM is a way to help stay fresh on people's mind. Okay. I'm just going to keep reiterating that because a lot of times we can fall off on that, and oftentimes we can lose a potential client or staff. All right. So a CRM helps with organization. So if you need help prioritizing, staying structured in a way, it structures all of that. Different CRMs are tools that can help you better organize, improve your customer service, increase conversions and sales. So as you're building up business, the oxygen of business is sales. Okay. We go into business to sell, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, whether it's an opportunity, whatever it is, it's sales. So you have to find a system in which that you're going to draw people in. You can't serve anyone that you're not reaching. You can't minister to anybody that you're not reaching. You can't relate to anybody if you aren't communicating with them on a regular basis. They're not going to know what you are about if they don't see your heart in your content, whether it's online, on social media, or even in emails in an internal, intimate way. You're able to share who you are, your story, who you've helped, what you're doing, events that you're being a part of, or even, just things that come about. You're able to share that with those people. All right. So to increase sales and conversions, you want to have a system of marketing where when people come in, you know how to market to them. You know how to provide value. You know how to provide, just education so that they will be able to learn more about your industry. Whatever your industry is, you can really market and make sure that you stay fresh on their mind. And whether it's photography, whether it's nails, whether it's, holistic, hair care, skin care, finances, photography, whatever it is, you want people to think about you or be, when someone comes to them about a certain thing and it's in your industry, you want them to think or be reminded of you because I just got an email, or I just saw them on their social media. They're having an event that will help you with X, Y, and Z. All right. So it all matters. It all plays together and it all helps. And I'm here to share just the different tools that can help us not have to juggle everything. Okay, because when you go into business, yes, you may have a lot of hats, but if you can alleviate one hat and put one hat down for marketing, a tool is able to help give you more time and really keep you on top of people's mind when it comes to what it is that you do. Okay, so it also provides automated marketing, stronger customer retention. Okay, so just because you have a client that may have done business with you before, they may want to buy from you again. So just stay in communication with them. You will want them to come back. You may go to a fast food restaurant and be like, okay, thanks. Come again. And with your marketing, that's your way of saying, hey, I'm sharing all this value, feel free to come again. Feel free to refer someone who can benefit from this information also. So the customer retention is really big when it comes to a CRM. You don't want people to just, you get a customer, you do a lot of work in preparation to get your customers, and you don't want to just lose them as they just go, right? You don't want to just do that, because if they're interested, they may also know someone else that is interested too. Okay. Also, it gives the data-driven decisions. So with your CRM, you're able to look over numbers. Okay. I mentioned before, with social media, you can look on insights. You can look at, your views, your likes, follows, all of that good stuff. But going to the next step with a CRM, that's a way to really see what's working, what needs to improve, what you can really maybe maximize on and really hone in on. and really just make sure that you're giving value to your audience, what they're looking for and what they need from you in your specific business industry. Okay. And ultimately, guys, it saves us so much time. Okay. So looking over my CRM is just a reminder, you have your contacts, you have your emails, you have birth dates. Imagine even having an automated system where you're not just reaching out to them on business. Okay. Even on their birthday, you can insert their birthday, shout them out. Automation will be able to send them out emails and make sure they know that you are connected to them and you thought enough to set it up where that you will hear from me to say happy birthday to your client, to your staff, right? People don't always want to hear when it's just business or what's going on. That's valuable, that could help them. But people want to know like you care as well, and you do. But being a busy business owner that is, moving and shaking, you may not have the time to text everybody, whether it's family or friends, like you don't text everybody all the time. Some things just, oh man, time went by me, right? So imagine that a CRM tool could help you, even make sure that you shout your clients out, shout your staff out for their birthday. You don't never miss their birthday because they will hear from you when it comes to their birthday. All right. So, and when you have a CRM, right? And this is a great reminder, you can go day by day, right? Just have maybe 30 minutes of your day where you're really just reviewing your numbers with your CRM. Because when you have your CRM, you can check new leads. You can see, how many, whether you do this weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. It's all about the volume of your business and where you are. Okay, so you always want to take time to review your numbers within the CRM, whether it's monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly. Take that time to check your new leads and follow up with, any dates or any tasks that you need to do, right? You're able to even jot notes. If you're a task person, a to-do list, a CRM is there to help you with each person individually. You can add tasks, you can add notes, all of this stuff is there. All right. So you can send emails to warm your just people who are interested in your business. Warm up to them. Like, let them know, let them feel welcome. They are becoming a part of the community of what it is that you do. So show them your personality and let them know that you're here and you're here to help and bring value. All right. So you can track who opened an email. You can see who opened. You can see all this good stuff, and you can send review requests. You can invite, ask for referrals and things like that. Okay. So I shared a free way, and I'll just share it again. If you aren't in a position where you have that budget for your business to market with a CRM, you can start out with a Google Sheet. Okay. So be intentional. Okay. With our business, whether you're small, whether you're starting up, you have to drive in customers. You have to find people who are looking, who need what it is that you do. So the tip that you can take away that is a free way to organize all of your clientele, all of your team, is make sure that you start out with Google Sheets or an Excel sheet, having everything there so it's in a digital format. Okay, so that when you are ready for paid softwares, you'll be able to convert it and import it into the system with ease. It'll just be converted to a CSV format, and you'll be able to insert all of your numbers, names and emails, birthdays into your CRM. So start out with a Google Sheet and make sure that you have everything set up that way. Okay, so having a CRM is working smarter. It's not working harder. Okay, so really leverage your CRM, making sure that you're, staying in constant communication. If customer service, if customer experience, if making sure that you're staying on top of people's mind is important to you, look into having a CRM. And it's not necessarily a first step when it comes to marketing. You really just want to build up, just a community, whether it's in person, whether it's online through your social media, and then you will build that up. And then you may want to look into getting a CRM at a later date, but still prepare for the volume, still prepare for a lot of the clientele, a lot of the business partners, all of that. You're still in communication, whether you're partnering up with people. That's a great way too. Like, you met them, y'all said y'all was going to collaborate, you're going to do great things together, you want to do something big. Still let them know, like, we out here doing this, we're still doing that. It's a great way to really just stay on top of people's minds, okay? So you're not just tracking leads, you're nurturing relationships that build and repeat your business, okay? So having a CRM is important. If you don't have one, it is okay, but at least start to organize your business in such a way that you will be prepared for a CRM. All right, so let's market effectively. Let's market with strategy. Let's market with intentionality. All right, because we came into business to be effective, to make an impact, to make a difference. But we need to have the structure, the organization, and the strategy and clarity to know what we're doing. It's step by step. Step by step. So follow me for more. Make sure you join the lives. Make sure that you tune in, grab whatever it is that you need, come and go, whatever you need. But making sure that you're reminded of the marketing tools that you're able to leverage is super important. It will save you time, energy, and money when it comes to, missed opportunities. You don't want no missed opportunities. All right. So that's why we leverage automation so that we don't miss out with human error and just busy schedules. Okay. So let me know if this all helped you guys, and I will see you next time on the next live. Until then, y'all have an amazing week. Market your business, share your message, have clarity, and have boldness. You are on assignment, so we got to make sure that we do our part and make sure people know what it is that we do. All right. Until next time, y'all. Bye.